Lesson 1. Geography of Kazakhstan. Aim of the lesson to describe the geographical position of the Kazakhstan in the world. The territory of Kazakhstan stretches for more than 3,000 kilometers from west to east and almost 2,000 kilometers from north to south. Climatic peculiarities are due to the amplitude of the country. Whereas temperature can hit 50 degrees below zero in the north in winter, in summer in the south melons ripen and cotton grow. The climate of Kazakhstan, excluding south, is sharply continental with average temperature between -4 degrees Celsius and -19 degrees Celsius in January and between +19 or +26 degrees Celsius in July. In winter temperature may decrease down to -45 degrees Celsius, and in summer rise up to +30. One can experience all 4 seasons on the territory of Kazakhstan with frosty winter, blossoming spring, heating summer and scarlet autumn. Cold winter starts in November and lasts till the end of April. The influence of Arctic air masses leads to a strong cold, up to -50 degree. Springs are short and changeable, from mid of April to end May. Besides, spring weather is very unstable. Clear warm day may suddenly turn into cold. Dry hot summer begins in the end of May and lasts till mid-September, with temperatures sometimes going up to +35 +40 degree. Autumn with its stable weather and night frosts begin in the end of September and lasts till the beginning of November. +30. The highest temperature in Kazakhstan was registered in the city of Turkestan, South Kazakhstan, with +49 degree. The lowest was observed in the city of Atbazar, Akmola region, -57 degree. Besides, Astana is the coldest city in the world after Ulaanbaatar. However, it is not an obstacle for the capital city to warm guests with its warm hospitality. Kazakhstan experiences a continental type of climate with hot summers and cold winters. The country has got a comparatively dry weather. Temperatures are mild in spring, April to June, and autumn, September to October, and rise up remarkably in July, hottest month. Snowfall is observed during November and lasts till April in the mountainous regions. Population of Kazakhstan. The total population of Kazakhstan is slightly over 15 million inhabitants. Various periods in the country's history have affected the existing demographic situation. The ethnic composition consists of Kazakhs, Russians, Ukrainians, Germans, Koreans, Poles, Greeks, Tatars, Turks, and many other nationalities. It should be noted that these hospitable lands became a secure place for hundreds of thousands of individuals of various nationalities and religions. Today, many of them recall with gratitude the warmth and comfort offered to them by the natives who shared their last piece of bread in the harsh years of the repressions. The government ensures equality and development of the various national cultures. The People's Assembly of Kazakhstan was established in order to coordinate the work carried out by the republic-wide, regional, national and cultural centers. An increase in the total population has occurred due to the steady increase in birth rates, as well as the return of Kazakhs to their historic fatherland. Under a government quota alone, 374,000 ethnic Kazakhs have come to the republic from the countries of the CIS and foreign states. On the entire post-Soviet territory, only Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan manifest a positive balance in terms of population growth. Population density in Kazakhstan is 5.5 individuals per square kilometer. The region of southern Kazakhstan is the most densely populated area of the country, with 18 individuals per square kilometer. As of January 1, 2004, the republic consists of 14 regions, 86 towns, including 2 cities of national importance, 160 districts, 186 settlements, and 7,719 villages. The largest city of the country is Almaty, with a population over 1.5 million. Covering a huge territory, Kazakhstan is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world, at 6.1 persons per square kilometer. There are 16.2 million inhabitants in Kazakhstan today, 50th place in the world, 63.6% of the population are ethnic Kazakhs, and 23.3% Russians. In addition to the 2 indicated main ethnic groups, over 120 nationalities live in Kazakhstan. Among them are more than 333,200 Ukrainians, 178,200 Germans, 457,200 Uzbeks, and more than 203,300 Tatars. Nearly 54% of the population live in towns and workers' settlements, the rest in rural areas. During the last 2 decades, the rate of population growth has been slow. Such a situation can be explained on one side by the emigration of millions abroad and on the other by the stable decline of the absolute and relative rate of the natural growth of residents. Starting in 1988, as a result of the crisis in the economy and society, the demographic situation seriously worsened, the birth rate decreased and the death rate increased. The total coefficient of the birth rate for the period of 1988 to 1995 declined from 25.5 to 17 on the basis of 1,000 persons, and the coefficient of the death rate grew from 7.5 to 10. For the last 4 years, the negative balance of external migration of the population has exceeded 1 million people. Much like how America is the melting pot of North America, Kazakhstan plays the same role in Central Asia. Known as the Republic of 100 Nationalities, and a laboratory of the friendship of peoples. 1. Kazakhstan has constructed a reputation of diversity and multi-ethnicity for itself over its nearly 300-year history as a state. According to the Central Intelligence Agency, there are 6 major ethnic groups in nation, ranging from the native Kazakhs, 46%, and Russians, 35%, to Tatars, 2%, and German immigrants, 3%. While many nations would surely celebrate such a diverse ethnic population, Kazakhstan and its citizens have had to do so with much enmity in their minds towards each other and the now defunct institution of the Soviet Union. In addition to these bittersweet feelings of Kazakhstan patriotism, the search for a coherent national identity has been difficult as it seeks to incorporate all of the culture and values of its citizens. The period of immigration that will be focused upon in this paper due to the large amounts of economic and political activity found within it in addition to its effects upon the current national identity of Kazakhstan is from 1930 to the present. During this time frame, there were 3 major periods of Russian immigration, all of which affected major changes in the composition of the population and in the national sentiments towards Russians both within the nation and the Soviet Union. The first of these periods began in the mid-1930s as more than 700,000 Russians moved to Kazakhstan in connection with its industrial modernization. As one will see, unlike the following 2 periods of immigration in the time frame under consideration, Kazakhstan saw an influx of immigrants that proved to be a beneficial addition to their national economy. Gillette writes, the new migrants were mostly qualified industrial workers, engineers, technicians, plant managers, business executives, teachers and healthcare personnel. Spurred on by Joseph Stalin, this period of massive industrialization brought much prosperity to Kazakhstan and resulted in the development of new industries and qualified industrial labor. However, the tide would quickly change as the reasoning for this period of massive industrialization became clear. While the Second World War began in the autumn of 1939, the Soviet preparations for war had begun much earlier. What this meant for Kazakhstan was a deluge of Russian deportations. While the Second World War began in the autumn of 1939, the Soviet preparations for war had begun much earlier. What this meant for Kazakhstan was a deluge of Russian deportations. In the early stages of the pre-war period, a large number of Polish citizens and Ukrainian exiles flooded into the nation. As the war began and drew on its 6-year course, ethnic groups ranging from those of the Baltic states to Polish deportees to German prisoners were brought into the country. This extra population burden was to be carried by Kazakhstan in addition to the burden of those Russian migrants who fled as a result of the dismal failure of Stalin's plans for Soviet collectivization. During this period of Russian-mandated migration, Kazakhstan was treated more as a penal colony than a Soviet republic. In order to understand how this ethnic diversity occurred and the inherent difficulty of discerning what the Kazakhstan national identity truly is, the question of how this cultural mix occurred should be addressed. The primary reason why any nation will experience diversification in their populace is immigration, and much the same reasoning can be applied to Kazakhstan. Even before Kazakhstan owned a portion of territory for its new state, Russian immigration into the Kazakh region had begun. Starting in the 16th century, Russian citizens and others began to stream into the Kazakhstani countryside for varying reasons. It continues to this day. Questions for self-control. Videos to watch.